What I'm basically going to be talking about today, it's something that everybody has experienced in one way or the other, and that is pain. Oftentimes when we go through things in life and we experience pain, we have this tendency to want to hide ourselves. I don't know about you. And people hide that pain and hide themselves, or at least from feeling that pain in different ways. Some people do it through alcohol or friends or work. People get into different ways in which they start to not want to be seen because of just the pain they're going through, whatever that pain is, whatever caused that. But nevertheless, it's pain, and it's very personal from one person to the other. I want to tell someone today who's experienced a lot of pain, because I also have experienced pain in my life, and I've experienced heartbreak at a very, very young age, and rejection, which was through losing my parents to both of them in a car accident, and that changed my life. At the time, I didn't understand what was happening. I couldn't articulate it, and it's unfortunate. I don't blame them, because people can only give you what they have. The family that raised me, they dealt with it by not addressing it, and perhaps that was the coping mechanism. That's how they actually dealt with it, by not dealing with it at all. And so that's how I dealt with it. Like, it doesn't exist. There were days where I thought I was dreaming, and there were days where I thought my parents went somewhere and they were going to come back. But nevertheless, as I grew up, I realized that it is true. It is real. It is true. I actually did lose my parents. And, in different stages of my life, I addressed the situation differently. Initially, it was denial. And then there was the stage of, no, it's okay, I'm okay, I'm a Christian, because I actually received Christ at a very young age. And I thought the most important thing is just for me to be saved, which is true. Being saved is amazing. However, the Lord does not call us to continuously renew our minds by accident. He actually wants us to do that because he understands that without the renewal of the mind, we don't necessarily have the capacity to live out a life that he's called us to, and for our soul actually to catch up to our spirit man, which the Lord deposits so much. However, if your soul is so fragmented and so broken, you can't perceive what the Lord has for you in your spirit. So nevertheless, what I want to advise or remind someone today is, do not hide yourself because of pain. Do not postpone serving. Do not postpone being who God has called you to be just because of pain. Pain is a part of life, and it's very uncomfortable, and it can make you feel like at times you're losing your mind. But that is not the worst thing. The worst thing is for you to hide that pain and pretend like you're not feeling it, and to start to numb it with other things, which will later on just make it worse. So do remember that oftentimes God uses our pain to sharpen us, to mold us, to build us into the people that he's called us to be. So it's extremely important that you actually sit down and really seek him and say, Father, I am going through this, and your word says that you'll never leave me nor forsake me. Though I go through the valley of the shadow of death, you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. That is true. It might not come the way you think it should. It might not necessarily feel the way you want it to feel. But I promise you, if you practice stillness in the presence of God, you will experience his presence, because I do believe and know that he's our present help in times of trouble. So my journey, that is why I'm very passionate about bringing a contribution to young kids, and I'm a contribution of wholeness, because I think a lot of times adults think kids don't understand what wholeness and trauma is. And they do. They might not be able to articulate it, but they feel it, they experience it, and it really does have a lifetime effect on them until obviously they're adults and they realize it's not healthy. I want to deal with it. So I am very big on personal development. That's exactly what my channel and my videos are about: personal development and intentional healing. I pray that God would give you the strength to face the challenges and the pain that you're going through with courage and with Him on your side, and to not hide yourself and isolate yourself and hide the gifts that God has given you, because you equate your gift to the disappointments that you've been through. You are not equal the things that have happened to you. You are, however, what you decide to do, because the Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I hope and pray that you find your strength and courage and identity in Him, not in your pain or circumstances that are there to but stretch you. Remember to subscribe to my channel. I absolutely appreciate every person who takes their time to watch this video, and to also show some level of support, whether by sharing the videos or liking and subscribing to my channel.